Hello everyone. This channel provides the latest information on the Three Gorges Dam. If you are interested, please subscribe to our channel. Everyone loves the Three Gorges Dam. At 7 a.m. on October 7, local time in China, the water level at the Three Gorges Dam was 171.13 meters. Compared to the water level on the 30th of last month, the rise has exceeded 3 meters. The operating limit is 175 meters, so there is only about 4 meters left. Looking at this dam from the upstream side, the water level is probably around the line. At 9 a.m., the flow rate at the upstream station was 22,500 cubic meters per second, and the flow rate into the Three Gorges Dam was 23,000 cubic meters per second. Therefore, the total value from the dam area and tributaries is 500 cubic meters per second. Compared to the end of last month, the amount of inflows to the dam has decreased. The total discharge rate at this dam at 7 a.m. was 23,700 cubic meters per second. The total hydroelectric power generation discharge in this dam is 31,000 cubic meters per second. If I simply divide it, I think that at the Three Gorges Dam, 25 hydroelectric turbines are operating under the power generation situation of just under 80%. Compared to last month's 30th, they're narrowing down a little to the release rate.
NISHIYAN channel.
Let's take a look at the latest data on the Three Gorges Dam released by China's Hunan Provincial Hydrological Bureau. They continue to operate the discharge volume, shown in black, with a slight cap. They're completely ignoring electricity demand and releasing water for power generation. I would expect them to maintain a constant volume, but the intention behind this is puzzling. Meanwhile, the inflow volume, shown in green, has peaked and recently begun to decline. The flow rate at upstream observation stations, which serves as a leading indicator, fluctuates slightly, so future fluctuations will be important to watch. While both observation stations have decreased, the levels are still high compared to a month ago. With inflow and outflow volumes now in balance, the dam's water level has stabilized. The Three Gorges Dam has been in official storage mode since September 10. Rather than raising the water level to its maximum capacity all at once, they are carefully monitoring the situation to ensure there are no problems. This would have been unthinkable just a few years ago, but given the chaos of the past few years, it's possible that the water level will begin to fall again before reaching the target upper limit of 175 meters. The Three Gorges Dam is located in Yichang, Hubei Province, China, at an elevation of approximately 60 meters. From there, the dam was excavated down to the bedrock foundation, and a gravity concrete dam was constructed on top of it. The dam itself is 175 meters high, and including the bedrock foundation, it is 185 meters above sea level. You may be familiar with this photo that I always show. Despite the Three Gorges Dam's height, in order for it to fulfill its role of hydroelectric power generation and water transportation, the water level in the dam cannot be allowed to drop below 145 meters. In addition, in order to allow ships to pass, they need to keep the water level at 175 meters. If the water level gets too high, ships will be stranded for safety reasons, which would have a major impact on logistics. That's why they raise and lower the dam's water level by just 30 meters, regulating flooding from upstream. Next, let's look at Chongqing, upstream from the dam. A Google search reveals that Chongqing's elevation is 244 meters, but the water level of the Yangtze River is much lower. The warning water level announced by Chinese authorities is 180.5 meters. When we looked at water levels in 2020, a year in which floods occurred multiple times, the lower limit for the year was 159 meters and the upper limit was 191 meters. Looking at data from the past few years, we found that the level in 2023 was 159 meters, and 160 meters last year and this year, so this is probably around the minimum level. Considering the water depth required for ships to pass through, the riverbed in Chongqing is likely about 150 meters above sea level. Now that we've looked at the relationship between the Three Gorges Dam and Chongqing, let's move on to the main topic. Every year in early June, the Three Gorges Dam lowers the water level to its minimum of 145 meters in preparation for flooding. As far as our channel knows, between 2010 and 2022, the water level was lowered to this minimum for 13 consecutive years, and official media reported on it as if it were a seasonal topic. However, come 2023, those articles will suddenly disappear. In Western countries, anti-dam activists and the media would get wind of this and cause a fuss, but not in China. The facts and the reasons for them were never reported. Each year, sand accumulates in the dam lake, reducing its storage capacity, and due to the water shortage that has been occurring since the beginning of the year this year, if the dam's water level had been lowered to its lowest limit, there is a risk that the bottoms of ships passing through the Chongqing area would scrape against the riverbed. So, I suspect that, contrary to the usual routine, the dam stopped 150 meters short and then entered the flood season. The problem of sand accumulating in dams is not limited to the Three Gorges Dam. Ideally, dredging, or work to remove the sand, would be sufficient, but the dam's storage area is 600 kilometers long. Removing sand from areas where ships pass would require an enormous distance and effort. When they originally designed the dam, they were trying to deal with floods within a 30-meter gap. But if this gradually narrows over time due to sand accumulation, that would be a problem. As I mentioned at the beginning, the water level is currently rising gradually, but we will be keeping an eye on whether they will continue to store water up to the maximum level or stop halfway through, as well as the situation in Chongqing upstream. Next is the windy weather forecast, showing actual data for the last 12 hours. This shows the situation as of 1 p.m. yesterday. Upstream of the Three Gorges Dam, there are only a few rain clouds, but not much rain. Meanwhile, to the south, the typhoon has made a direct hit on Hainan Island and is heading northwest. The Three Gorges Dam was built in the middle of the Yangtze River at a huge investment. Its three functions are flood control, hydroelectric power generation, and shipping. However, due to decreased rainfall in recent years, it is no longer fully fulfilling its hydroelectric power generation role. Meanwhile, issues remain, including the accumulation of sand in the dam's reservoir, its impact on fish and other ecosystems, water pollution and other environmental destruction, cracks in the concrete, and waste issues. China's official media only emphasizes the dam's positive aspects. They claim that the dam's optimal water levels, considering hydroelectric power generation, shipping operations, and flooding, ensure safety and security, but I've always had doubts about this as I make this video. As far as our channel has investigated so far, the area covered by the Three Gorges Dam is shown as the green line. Next, let's check the forecast for the future. There won't be many strong rain clouds upstream of the dam for a while. Today's weather forecast for the Three Gorges Dam is for a maximum temperature of 34 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 24 degrees Celsius, with occasional cloudy spells. The temperature has been dropping recently, but we're back to midsummer again. Medium and small ship lifts are installed in the dam. The Three Gorges Dam has routes for medium-sized and small boats. This is installed just north of the dam body, and it is always in the picture that the water level information seems to have accumulated up to this point. This is an elevator system, not a pool system. A method in which one ship enters the gate and goes up and down. This is a short time, and it seems that you can go up and down in about 40 minutes. It may look small in the photo, but if you line up the photos that the ship passes through, you can see that it is a big one. Even though it is a medium-sized ship, it can be used for even large ships that can carry manufactured cars. Construction of China's Three Gorges Dam began in 1993 and was completed in 2009, making it one of the largest dams in the world. The dam was built primarily to control floods, provide electricity, and improve water transportation. The Three Gorges Dam power plant, the world's largest, is located here, with a power generation capacity of 22.5 million kilowatts, and has contributed greatly to China's energy supply. On the other hand, there are many problems associated with dams, and during the flood season, people often talk about the possibility of dams collapsing, so I think many people are aware of this. This is a video that summarizes information about the Three Gorges Dam, and is a popular video that has been viewed more than 150,000 times. The URL is posted in the summary column, so please enjoy it. As China nears the end of flood season, water levels in the Yangtze River basin have risen to near warning levels. A few years ago, repeated heavy rains and floods caused rivers to overflow, raising concerns around the world that dams might collapse if the situation continued. Perhaps due to the effects of global warming, the Chinese people are suffering from abnormal weather conditions such as floods and droughts that occur every year. As autumn approaches, continued rain will likely cause further flooding. We will be providing the latest data-driven information, so please subscribe to our channel.